Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to today's video. We are around, a little over 4 weeks out from the Washington IMBF competition. Week before, we got Baltimore, so we are actually, for Baltimore, the OCB competition, we are less than 3 weeks out, which is crazy. So today is Wednesday, so I'm taking you guys through. We're hanging on a Wednesday, so excited to have you guys. Some updates on my weight. So got back from Aruba. In Aruba, we did a mock carb up. So my carbs went up to 500, 450 the following day, and then 350. And then we kind of had that, after those 3 days, we then had a mock kind of competition day. Looked good carbed up. We also manipulated sodium. So we kind of actually brought it down for those 3 days compared to how much that I have. And then took some photos, looked pretty good. The interesting thing with my weight is actually the following couple days after, of course, we brought carbs up, we pulled down water and sodium a pretty good amount. My weight actually went down as far as 195, especially with the days following. So 195 to even 197. And then as of the last 2 days, I'm back 200 and I weighed 201 today. So a lot of weight fluctuations that may not necessarily be body fat. But now coming into this next week and post that mock carb up, we are down to 200 carbs. So we dropped carbs from 250 daily to 200. So new macros are 64 fat, 200 carb, 214 protein. So we are now pushing, which I want to leave no stone unturned, so I'm excited to be pushing, and really want to, do what we can with this prep because I'm not planning to compete for another 3 to 5 years after this. But let's get this day started. We are going to be sipping on, I love this flavor, this Ring Pop flavor by Rise. They do some great stuff, and I think I saw that they just announced the blue Sour Patch Straw flavor for energy drinks. And I keep refreshing their Amazon shop to see when that comes out. But I don't know when it's coming out, but I cannot wait. I'm excited. But I'm going to get my breakfast ready, and then we are going to be doing, sorry guys, I know last week we did a leg day, but we're going to be showing you another leg day. But I did get some fresh new wife lovers from Young La, so I'm excited about that. But let me get breakfast ready. All right, so we got breakfast ready. We got the Rice Krispies. Because, I don't know, I just love Rice Krispies. And so we got that with some protein pudding. I moved over to the Pyrex glass. I think I mentioned this last time, but it's a little bit smaller than the other bowl, and I like it see-through. Remember back in the day in high school, I had one Pyrex, and it was actually the one that's a little bigger, so I think that one holds like a liter, and I would just use that for everything. So you guys don't know this about me, but me and Nicole, we don't use the dishwasher. So the way we do our dishes is we just hand wash everything and then let it dry over here. So for that reason, I usually end up using the same either spoon, and in this case, this bowl, and I just keep, using it for most every meal, and I just wash it in between because I'm hand washing everything. But it makes it's kind of like if you're going to do the dishwasher, you're going to load it up and you're going to have 30 plates you're going to go through because each one single use and then the washer's going to wash it. But yeah, just a little insight. And then also, I use this. We only have one spoon of this size. It is the little spoon. And then diet tip, game changer. I mean, if you guys don't know this. Use small spoons, small utensils, because little utensils make the food look bigger, and then also you get more spoonfuls, so that definitely helps. But gonna eat this up. Want to be more specific when I mentioned for you guys the sodium manipulations. My daily sodium intake is actually very high right now. I'm a big fan of Stan Efforting. He usually recommends a pretty high sodium intake for people that are very active and getting a lot of fluids in, because if you drink a lot, you're going to pee a lot, so your body's going to be able to manipulate how much sodium concentration's in your urine. So if you're somebody that's fairly good body composition, active, drinking a lot of fluid so that your body's able to do that, he recommends a very high sodium intake. So I usually drink a lot of sodium when I'm training. I usually have 2 element packets in this 2-liter jug of water, so that's 2 grams of sodium. My pre-workout has I think a half gram of sodium, and then I would usually have a salt tab or 2, so that's already 3 grams of sodium. And then as I was tracking my day, because I usually don't track, sodium too much, well, I was tracking it because you got to control everything going into a show, because that's going to be a big variable. Because sodium also, where sodium goes, water flows with it. So you want to make sure you're getting sodium into the cells, which is going to pull water, because you want to get a lot of that fluid in the muscles, because that's going to make you look full. So in that mock peak, we actually brought my daily sodium down to like 4 to 6 grams per day. And then that's why we saw a lot of changes in terms of, weight, which was very interesting, because as far as my understanding, a lot of water manipulation for naturals doesn't do as much, but on the non-drug tested side, so your NPCs, your IFBB, where you're going to be able to take those extra vitamins, body water, it's a lot bigger of a impact and a variable to play with when peaking. So a lot of the diuretics, different drugs that can be used, that can mess with a lot of those swings of body water and holding. So very interesting to me to see on my peak, that we saw my weight swing from kind of around 200, then still some 197s, and then even saw a 195. So that's almost like that's a 5-pound swing. And then as of today, I hit a 201 and a 200 yesterday. So we can see all that swing from sodium, water, and carb manipulation. So very interesting things. And I'm just kind of sharing this with you guys so you can know the variables when it comes to peaking for natural competition, what that looks like in terms of, visually more full, more carbed up. And then also on the scale, how that can be a 5-pound swing from the week of strategies. So cool stuff. And I'm happy that we got a test peak in, but I'm even happier now that calories have come down, because they actually did go up a good amount those 3 days. I'm glad that calories are coming down, because I'm ready. I want to push. I want to see how lean we can get. I want to see how deep we can get these glute striations, and I am excited for show 1. And then I'm really hoping we can bring it for show 1, but also show 2. Because also, I haven't told you guys, but second show that I'm doing, Washington NBF show, somebody I respect a ton is going to be there. Dr. Eric Helms from Team 3DMJ. So I'm going to be competing. Your idols become your rivals, so very excited about that. Dr. Eric Helms, if you guys haven't heard of him, he's done a lot of protein research. He is the head science person for Team 3DMJ, and they put out great content. So I'm super excited to get on stage, and then I'm battling it out with the likes of Eric Helms, and then there's some badasses at that competition. Also, the Baltimore competition is going to have some killers, so we're going to see how things play out. So what changes have I noticed getting this lean this far in prep? And I would say the biggest, most tangible, I feel like a little bit less empathetic would be the thing. So I definitely have to take a second when something may, bother me. It's interesting because, you can get a little bit, shorter, I guess, this far into the game. So that's definitely something to manage. Recovery from training has definitely been slower. So I noticed when I do like some legs, I've reduced my volume a little bit, but the next 1 to 2 days, I'm really feeling that soreness rather than, when I have more food, more body fat, that the soreness doesn't linger as much. So those are some of the things that I'm noticing. But the beauty of it is, if I felt great, if I felt, happy-go-lucky 100%, if I felt super non-libido lacking, then I probably wouldn't be lean enough. So it's kind of like I take these things, the side effects of getting contest type lean. It's like, okay, at least we're there. We're landing this plane, because these are also positive reinforcement that, we're getting where we need to be to get the job done. And that is the mission. I'm not trying to half commit. We get the job done. Take the side pieces for what they are, and do it. Also, wanted to let you guys know, at Walmart we found these are amazing. So Starburst, I don't know, they're doing a bunch of brand deals. So these sugar-free Drink packets are amazing. The strawberry especially. The blue's really good, but the strawberry one is amazing. Just like, you know, for Starburst, best flavor is the pink one. So it's just like sugar-free drink packets. They're like 5 calories each. Negligible. I don't track them. Sorry, Jared. But these really tasty. So for 2 liters of water, I have 2 element packets, and I got 2 of those in here, and that's what I sip on while I train. And it's like, it's almost too delicious because I finished this whole 2-liter jug while I train. Also, Starburst has done a brand deal as well on Jello. So I made Jello, and they have a blue flavored sugar-free Jello. So that's like, I get a whole liter of Jello for like 8 grams of protein, 0 fat, 0 carbs, so 30 calories, 32 calories. Yeah, so I mean, I'm seeing this all over the place, especially with like pre-workout brands, protein brands. They're doing all these brand deals with like officially licensed stuff, and I'm here for it, guys, because this is delicious. So check this out. I think I found these at Walmart, but probably can find it anywhere. I'm talking way too much this morning. Let's go train. We are back at the gym, back from the gym, prep brain. So we're gonna be having my post-workout meal, and if you guys have been following along, you already know. It is, well, now post-workout has become a creamy. So made a creamy concoction. This one actually has brownies in it. So we got the Halo Top brownies. I'll pull up a picture of like what that actually is, but it's like a lower calorie brownie, which is pretty sweet. And the macros are pretty decent. So the package looks like this. Halo Top brownies. It says it's 90 calories per 1/12 of the entire brownie action. However, it's like 25 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat. So if you can do math, it's 145 calories. But if you look in the ingredients, erythritol and I believe allulose are some of the sweeteners they use, which are, less than 4 calories per gram. So adjusted a little bit, and by my calculation, around the cutting into 16 brownies makes it closer to that 100. But maybe I'm overestimating, and then I'm just gonna get more shredded. But if you want to see this, that creamy action is legit. So I'm excited. But again, the base that I use for my creamies is about 8 ounces of unsweetened almond milk. It is then a scoop of the Cake Pop protein from PE Science, very important. It is a whey casein blend, so it makes it a little thicker. And then you got the sugar-free pudding mix, 8 grams of that. And then we use erythritol for the sweetener, 8 grams of that. And then a pinch of salt. And that is the base for 200 calories and like 25 grams plus of protein. And then I do mix-ins like this. And I usually cap my mix-ins at about 100 calories per, just so I can have more creamies throughout the day. So getting less than 300 calories per pint. If you're not in prep, mix it up, baby. But I'm gonna eat this up, and then we're getting into the office. All right, so we are in the office now, and daily commitments. So it is around, dang, it's 8 o'clock. So we did wake up on time today, but my legs were pretty sore. So I was like taking my time, like, am I gonna go to the gym? Am I gonna take a rest day? I wanted to film today. So what's gonna be the game plan? So I did dilly-dally a little in the morning. So it is 8 a.m. We are in the office. We're going to get stuff done though. Commitments for today, it is Wednesday, so I'm going to be making 5 to 10 posts in terms of doing some video content. So making 5 to 10 content pieces. Now that Aruba is done, the honeymoon is done, we are back, we are in business. Finally back in the office, which is good. So what I'm going to be doing is also getting back on the retreat. It's been like 2 weeks since I really made that a focus. Wanted to get to 20 signups for our retreat within HFP. We launched it, I think I'm at around 13. So now I'm thinking 15 is going to be more feasible, especially with seeing like just how difficult logistically it is to get to Sedona. So again, if you're ever hosting a fitness retreat or just a retreat in general, remember Sedona is a hard place to get to. So I'm going to strive to get to 15. So I want to do some things there as well as set up our welcome bags and a couple cool things there. Then also email list activities. So getting our email list, set for the next couple months, and then a couple other social media based things. So main pieces is posts, email lists, and retreat, getting a handle on that. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And then in terms of food and all those things, since it's around 8 a.m., often I want to get in here around 7:30. I want to fast until 11 a.m. / 12 p.m. in that realm, just to have that tough part of that deficit dealt with, because every day is full of short-term deficits and short-term surpluses. You eat a meal, you're in a short-term surplus. You don't eat for like 4 hours, you're in a short-term deficit. So if we can kind of control these time frames, we can then kind of control when we feel those bouts of hunger, especially in a deficit. So I want to feel my hunger these next 4 hours or so. So really spreading out my meals, and then I get to, load my creamies towards the back end of the day. Right? I'm like, oh man, I have 3 hours to eat 5 creamy concoctions. And then your boy's super happy. So we're gonna have energy drink, because caffeine, when you don't have calories, use the other vitamin C, which is gonna be caffeine, because it is appetite suppressant. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into this work, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. It is around noon right now, but it is a beautiful day, so we are gonna get a walk. Haven't eaten yet since, but I wanna get this walk in. It's a beautiful day. It just breaks up my work day, and I think it's gonna make this one pretty pumped to go on a walk. Want to go for a walk? I think she does. So we're gonna get these steps, because I gotta get like 12K or something in. See you in a bit. So the walk is done. Got probably like 4,000 steps or so. But also, the new car is in, so I'll show you guys what I am going to be whipping around now. So we went with another Tesla. So my lease was up, and this time I got a Model X, because now this is over 6,000 pounds. Which means, under the business, it is my new baby. And also with this one, dad mode baby. So it's a 6-seater. So that means if, we got a little Kevin Jr. coming, then this will help fit the family, but also just makes it a little easier if we have to transport a bunch of people. So pretty excited for it. We got the same wrap. That is the Avery Dennison satin cool teal. Shout out to Wrap Mogul, my buddy Stretch got it done, so I'll give you guys a little tour of it. So it's a little bigger on the interior, and then these things do this, which is really cool. The Falcon doors, and then so I'm just gonna have probably permanently back. So we get the 2 seats here, and then we permanently are gonna just have these seats down, because it gives us way more trunk space. When these seats are actually up, it's probably less trunk space than the Model S, be that seating still 5-seater. And then this is all pretty much what the previous one was looking like. But overall, really excited with the car. Also, a tip for you guys, if you are gonna get a Tesla, the salesperson helped me with this, in case you guys are ever, planning on getting one. In my 4 years having Teslas, I never used the actual beta full self-driving. I've only ever used, I guess it's enhanced autopilot. So you hit the button once, it keeps speed, it's cruise control. Hit the button twice, you get cruise control, and it keeps you in the lane. So if you're on like a freeway, keeps you in the lane, and then you just gotta jostle the wheel to keep it going. I've only ever really used those. So I would recommend, and you can always add on later, the full self-driving. So this saves you, I think it's like 10 or 15K. And then if you ever make the decision where you want to add that on, do it later. But for me, that's all I've ever used. So this time I didn't get full self-driving. Saved a bit of money. Hope to save you guys a little bit of money. But besides that, I've loved my driving experience with them. So would recommend them. I'll have Nicole copy my referral link down below. And now let's get some ice cream. So mixing we're going with for this next pint, we're going to do these Lily's no sugar added white chocolate chips. And these are a game changer. These are dehydrated marshmallow bits. These actually retain their crunchiness, and they give you a good amount of volume. So great mixing to have. And then a tip is these chocolate chips come like this. Cut them up to get more coverage. So now those chocolate chips look like this. And here's what we got for the finished product. So you can see that chunky action. And let's see, yeah. So we got the marshmallow bits up in there, and then there's the white chocolate bits. The way that I changed this from vanilla to chocolate flavoring is I changed the pudding mix, not the protein powder, still cake pop, but I changed the pudding mix flavoring to chocolate from vanilla. But super stoked for this. Gonna eat this up, and this will probably be like a lunch. All right, so it's time for the next meal. It's around 3 o'clock, and I think I've had less than 1,000 calories, so this is nice. Got a lot of food to eat. So we're gonna do a bag of salad. There's one of these, 4 servings for about 50 calories, so we got it all in this big bowl. We're gonna use this Skinny Girl dressing, balsamic, which is a really good flavor. And then I'm gonna do at least one creamy, and I'm gonna pair this one up with the brownies that I did from earlier. So gonna get this all ready to eat and probably walk in circles as I eat it because we got steps to hit. Same meal, but we got another one. This time chocolate with also that brownie. And if you can hear that, we're way in the background watching some Pat McAfee. And that's kind of been the routine because football season is back. But the Panthers are 0-2. All right, so now we are gonna get in our nighttime vitamins. We got vitamin D, fish oil, sleeping pills, so some melatonin in there. And then we got our greens, we got our reds, and we got some more creatine. So we got this little concoction, powdery goodness, add some water. And then this is my nighttime ritual, which you guys tend to see. I want to show you guys, I am getting vegetables in, but I did have a salad today. So that's kind of a big deal. And then we're gonna down this. So having that about an hour before I get into bed, and now I'm gonna have my final meal. I'll show you guys what I'm gonna have. And it is time for the last meal of the day. So this is kind of dinner, but you know, I don't really go by breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's just food. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have 2 creamies, we're gonna do a vanilla, and then we got a chocolate. And for both of them, I'm gonna do 10 grams of the no sugar added chocolate chips or some flavor of it, and then we're gonna do 15 grams of the dehydrated marshmallows. These again are a game changer. I think for the chocolate one, I'm gonna go with peanut butter, and then I think, yeah, the chocolate salted caramel is amazing, so I'll probably do that with the vanilla. And then also, I'm gonna have 30 calories of Jell-O. This is 30 calories of Jell-O, all of this. It's a ton. So there's sugar-free Jell-O. This brand actually that I have is the Starburst one. So Starburst has been doing a bunch of collabs. And so here is the Starburst blue raspberry sugar-free Jell-O. And then I got one last thing to show you guys, which has been really cool, because I just went to my P.O. box for the first time. The person running the show that we're counting down to, the Washington State Natural Pro-Am, sent over a thing, and there was a little handwritten note. So this is the poster for the show. So see you guys there. This is what we're counting down to, and I'm super stoked for it. But that is going to do it for this day of eating. Let's see what the final tallies are in terms of our macros. Again, we wanted to hit 64 fat, 200 carb, 214 protein. We got 59 fat, 204 carb, and 213 protein. So pretty darn close. And we had 50 grams of fiber. So we take those. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Keep it flexible. Let's get shredded. And can't wait to show you guys my striated glutes on stage. Take it easy. See you next time.